anyways, today was March the 18th, 2016. We're on the Tulameen River at an area affectionately known as White Sands Beach or Red Bluffs. I don't know if you can see behind me, but see what color of rock is back there. It's all rust and iron. Geologists have stated there is gold in those hills. We're on the inside bend of a very, very serious bend on the river here. In the past there was some old mine workings. The tailings were washed down into this area about 80, 90 years ago, Maurice. And during that work, I guess they were only after coarse gold, and they let a lot of the fine material wash away into the surrounding banks, and every high water, river comes up, washes some of those tailings downstream, and fills this inside bend up with flood gold. We've taken many a guest over here over the years, and we've seen a lot of success. Nuggets up to, 2.5 grams, I think. And the majority of it, though, is very fine, platinum and gold, and up to, little quarter-inch flakes sometimes when you're lucky. A lot of colors to the pan. We've got a little hole here that we dug last year that looks like it's preserved itself, so we're going to use that as our panning pond, and we had a clay bank that we were following here last year. We're going to see if we can find it again. So what I'm going to do is just let the video camera do its thing here for about 10 minutes while we dig a hole and get a pan together. And then I'll probably, it doesn't take too long, pan in front of you and get that done. Then we're going to cut out, get set up, and I'm going to do some demonstrations on how to use different types of pans. We've got about, 8, 9 different kinds here. And we're also going to show you a new gizmo that we picked up that we plan on doing a review on in our next episode. So thank you for tuning in to the Gold Nugget Kings educational series with Maurice and of course Odin. We hope you enjoy this episode 1, season 1. We hope to put many of these series out to you in the coming months, weeks, and years. Have a great time watching us work here, and we hope you learn something. Let's get to work. Well, I'm going to clear out actually what we're going to do is I'm going to put those gloves on because I'm going to reach through there and start all over the rock. It's not too bad. So, before I get started, I'd like to thank Bobby Freedom. He sent me and Maurice a set of these handy-dandy miner's gloves, and I think they're going to save our butts today because I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a lot of snow and ice still around us. This water's bloody cold. Well, cold enough that I want gloves. Yeah, these things, they look pretty nice, man. They go right up your sleeves. Almost, I think this might just make my armpit here. There we go. There's one on. They're just sitting there for you too, Maurice, if you want them.
Yeah, I'm gonna check these bolts, see if there's any color in this.
Okay, you found this is some clay there? Or?
Yeah, it's just
it wasn't that deep last year. It's only about 4 or 5 inches down. Yeah, this is all flood gold we're mining, folks. This is just the stuff that washes in every winter during the high water. We just had a freshet run through here. There'll be another one coming when we get really warm in May, but we warmed up over the last few weeks and a lot of the snow has melted. So we're getting some early prospecting. We don't usually get to prospect in March. Oh, stand aside, let you watch Maurice work. What was the name of that pan there, Maurice?
it's just
Big Latrap makes one like that. That one of the Latrap pans, right? Great pans. You can process a lot of material quickly through them. This is Maurice's favorite pan. As long as I've known him, he's been using these. It really works through the material quick, especially if you got some ugly heavy magnetite in it. You got some color? Let's see that there. Might be able to get that on the camera. There you go. We're not bad with the snow. I mean, we're just scraping the surface there yet. That's from 2 cups. That's about 2 cups, not even a shovelful there. Maybe a pound of dirt. Right there, I don't know if you can see them. We're going to try and get that mercury gold coated stuff, and some platinum, of course. So, anyways, just thought you'd watch the guys here working for a little bit, and we'll add that to the video. I removed these large boulders over here in front of me from this spot here. We're shoveling out the big cobbles. Got a big cobble bed, as you can see right here, that I had to remove, and now we're into like a pea gravel layer with 1 2-inch gravel in it. best to basically film the pan and I'll talk basically is how we do this. I think I can do it in that little one.
No, it's okay, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, just gotta get in on my pan here.
Yeah.
This is a pan of our cons.
Let me get over here in the sun so I can...
Alright, tell me when you got it there, Maurice.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing at this point is just kind of reassuring my gold is getting down deep there. Bringing my blonde sands to the top. This material here is actually very similar to probably what you get out of my EUREKA gold sands when you purchase it. So we're going to just kind of give this a good 30-second shake around like this, and a little bit of circle once in a while, but I like the little side to side. Hit the side of your wrist will kind of make everything stratify down a little deeper. Once you're satisfied that you've done this for long enough, just get down to the water here and tip your pan a little and run it forward, and just take about a teaspoon to a tablespoon off the top. You'll see that it's mostly blonde sand coming off, but when if you see any good shiny coming out, or you start to see that everything's turning black like this, it's time to bring it back and re-stratify. You see how quick that other blonde sand mixed up in there comes to the top again? So we're going to give that some side to side, a little bit of wrist bump, and I think they call this the blueberry bump or something like that. Yeah, and then we're going to bring that down here. You know, no need to be overly gentle, but you got to kind of watch it a little bit. You know, you don't want to dump your gold out after all that work. But as you can see, if you move a little to the side too, you can kind of direct your sand out without disturbing what you want to keep there. So we're going to bump that against the wrist some more. As you can see, more blonde sand coming up. So we'll just keep repeating this process. Whoa, look at that there. It's gold. And that's not bad for a half hour's work to see something like that come out right on the surface. So we're just going to keep repeating this process over and over again, more quickly in between as we get down. That red rock you're seeing there is a piece of red jasper. It's almost as heavy as the magnetite, so it's going to stay in there a long time. And the green rock you're seeing there, that's serpentine and olivine. Those are the host rocks and dunite, that whole star platinum out in this area. Now myself, I like to bring this down till you get a little bit less than a tablespoon left in there. Just going to get some of these bigger rocks out with my tip of my finger. Try not to knock anything important out. Make sure there's no big platinum nuggets in there. And just knock those things out of there, because they're just going to disturb your gold and make it wash out. As you can see, we're 90% black sand at this point. It just takes a little bit of finesse now. You notice I'm using less water. I'm really watching the lip of that pan, those final two riffles. You see, I see something shiny there. I stop and I re-stratify that. This will reduce a lot of your work if you can get her down this far. It takes a little bit of patience, but when you're doing your back panning, it's a lot less frustrating. Not to mention, when you got less black sand in there, you can do this. Oh, look at that nice little flake showing up over there. You can get these pesky bigger rocks out of here that cause you a pain when you're doing your back panning. Alrighty, I think we're pretty close to back panning time here. So I don't know if we'll be able to get a good angle on this. I'm going to try, but we're going to do it like this, side to side here. There we go. And we're going to... Oh, there's Odin. Always likes to show up at the most inopportune times, that dog, I'll tell you. Oh, we got a little piece of gold trying to sneak away up there. What are you caterwauling to, old dog? Okay, we're going to settle that garbage material down, tip it back, and rock that back and forth. Watch that waste material that it doesn't come down to your water, otherwise you're going to be repanning again. that gold there, but folks. Not bad in this river, I tell you. This is not even a half an hour. This is about a third of a bucket of material that we processed right off the top of the creek.
Just don't understand it.
Well, you never know. I might have a flake or two that'll wash back in there. Hi there, it's Gino the Nugget King again. So we finished our first segment. We showed you some nice gold and a little bit of platinum coming out of the Tulameen River. And as promised, I said I'd do some educational work here, and what we're going to do is demonstrate what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different kinds of pans here, and Maurice here, he's going to assist me and do all the filming, and so that'll be him in the background. And so we're just going to go through these pans real quick before we start the lesson. Gold grabber, hex pan, keen pan. This is a pan that East Wing puts out. It's got dual riffles, small and large, all the way to the top. It's actually one of my pans of preference. This is a traditional steel pan, no riffles. Traditional steel pan with riffles. The green pan on the corner there, that is a Garrett Super Sluice pan, one of the most popular pans on the market. This is a Trinity pan here, and this is the La Trappe pan you saw Maurice using earlier. That funny looking thing over there, that is a South American Batista. Not too many people probably up here know how to use one of those, so that one will be a fun demo. So I'm going to hand the camera over to Maurice while I put my gloves on, and we'll see if we got some, because we got into a really nice line of flakes in here right after the last video, and I think we're going to see some decent gold in these pans. I was really happy with what we saw. We'll see you in a bit here. Yeah, Maurice. These things are a lifesaver, people. Seriously, you guys laughed a little bit when I did the contest for these, and people were a little trepidatious about buying them, but you're a gold panner, man, trust me. The right gear is so important. I don't know if you're looking around me here, but it's bloody cold still. It's mid-March. We still got 6 inches of snow along the river here. That water ain't summer temperatures, I'll assure you of that. I wouldn't want to go for a swim unless I had my wetsuit on, that's for sure. Anyway, we got these gloves pretty much on. Let's get this demonstration started. Alright, I think I'm going to start with everyone's, that one that everyone knows. Let's start with the Garrett Super Sluice here. Very well engineered pan made by Garrett Company, my apologies. This pan here, as you can see, has very aggressive ripples, and you can work the crap out of this material without losing your gold. I can assure you of that. So we're just going to work the pan. We're going to do some very big, wide circles at first. And with these Garretts, I like to do this tip-tip motion that you see me doing. And then I'll give it a little bit of side shake like this, forward and back. And then I'll do this tip motion because it's such a big pan. Then I'll just let a little bit of material out. Just want those pebbles to get out, you know, you can really see those in there. Give this a little bit of stratification. Now I'm going to be power panning through these because we only got a few minutes of video left, so I can't make this a long video. But as you can see, the Garrett Super Sluice pan does work through the material very quickly. Now, with fine gold, I've seen some losses with these pans, but honest to goodness though, for the amount of material you can move in a pan, comparatively to most pans, this is my pan of choice. Well, we'll just show you here. Let's back pan here now. You know, oh look at that there. I knew we were on the gold. Look at that.
Oh yeah, nice.
There we go, guys.
Behind you.
Me and Maurice, we know where to get this stuff, man. Come on to Nugget Valley Gold Prospecting Adventures and book a trip with us. Alright, so that's the Garrett Super Sluice out of the way. Now let's move on to the Trinity pan. Now there is a little bit of cons on these pans, I gotta be honest. You know, we've been panning all day, so we kind of equally distributed that through. We've been at it for a couple of hours now, and then we just decided to grab some really good pay because we found this nice little clay magnetite run in here. So the Trinity pan, it features standard bump riffles, not the ridges like you saw in the Garrett. And if you can see it here, they got this trough built in so that you can get your material out at the end. I kind of find that pretty handy as well. So this is your pretty much a normal 14-inch pan. I'll go mostly in a circular motion. Bigger pans, I like to do that side-to-side floppy thing. Okay. Yeah, lots of flakes in this ground here. Me and Maurice have been working this spot for quite a few years now. We know where to dig. That's why our guests have such a good time when we take them here. Okay, gonna get rid of some of these bigger rocks in here. So one thing I don't know, I find the Garrett Super Sluice is better at getting rid of those. Okay, get a little bit more of that blonde sand out of there. And let's backband that. Oh, there's a little bit there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a good shovel, man.
Look at those, man. This is the way I like to mine. Well, at this rate, Maurice, we should pull a couple of grams out anyway for the day.
Yeah.
Those flakes don't weigh up a lot, though. They look bigger than they are. I'd say that we get about a quarter gram to the pan.
I can do the square one at the end.
Okay, we're going to let Maurice demonstrate his pan at the end there. So let's move on to the riffled steel one. We put a little more material in this one, so it might be pretty good. They're big pans. They're like 18 inches wide.
Yeah.
Now these pans, they gotta riffle all the way around them. So you just don't need to worry about stuff coming up over the back and stuff as much. Stratify everything. Get all that big stuff to the top. Then start tipping your pan a little bit and turning it a little more aggressive. You notice that wing pattern there, back and forth like that. That's a little exaggerated, but try to notice that while I'm panning. And then little back and forth, swing it back. These you got to be a little more gentle with. Only a teaspoon or so at a time out of the pan. See, I get those big rocks to the front. Once I see it's mostly sand in the front, I bring it back. Yeah, I see a lot of black sand in there already. There we go, getting down there. These pans are also fairly quick. The old timers back in the day, they knew what to use. We're going to just get some of these rocks out of here. Oh, there's some gold.
Yeah.
So let's see how that looks there. Get rid of a little bit more of that blonde there. Look at that. You see, that gold does not come out. It just sits. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice pan.
Yeah.
390. That one's a chunky one there.
Yeah.
That weighs up. I'd say another quarter gram, a little better in that one. Okay, now probably one of the trickiest pans to use is the traditional steel pan, no riffles. This is what most of the boys were using during the gold rush, people. Same size as the other pan, but no riffles. So I like to do this side-to-side motion, kind of swing them like this. Probably seen that in the old movies. It does work as long as you don't do it too aggressive. The idea isn't to wash all the gravel out, it's just to let those big rocks flow out like that. You see, once you get that sand to the edge, you want to bring it back. Alright, and then you see those big rocks are in the front again. So you want to wash them out. Alright, then you gotta bring her back. These take a little more time though, these steel pans, but they're good. And if you like doing work traditionally, it does kind of make you feel like the old timers. These things are heavy too. They actually wear you out after a while.
Yeah.
You know what I like most though about a metal pan? is when you get that big fat honking nugget in there, you can hear them, man. You know it. You know it's gold in the bottom of the pan. It's not some hunk of lead or whatever. Gold has just got this rattle when it hits the tin. So let's get some of these bigger rocks out of here. Oh, look at that flake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is a great spot, Maurice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we grabbed it. Alright, we got about a teaspoon left. Let's back pan that. Look at that. Yeah, there's fines in there, but I'm having so much fun with these flakes that I'm just not even looking at the fines at this point. They're there.
Yeah, they're there.
That's all that matters. Almost dumped that in the wrong kit pan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's move on to the east wing pan here. This is the pan that has two different size riffles, small and large. And the reason I like these pans here is that the large riffles are good for removing your bigger rock, and then once you get down to that black sand, you can be real gentle and get them out over that fine riffles, and that's particularly useful if you're in a good spot for platinum, because the platinum tends to move a little easier than the gold in the pan, and you can watch a little more carefully. So let's get this all stratified. Now these ones, these littler pans, smaller movements, as you can see, kind of like a vibrating, shaking motion. You know, move that water, agitate it. You want it to bang around in there and move that mud around so that the gold works its way down. Don't be afraid. If you don't move your stuff enough, your gold's going to stay on the top and wash out when you're doing this part. You got to settle and stratify that gold, folks. That's the most important part of panning. And just bring it back. Give it some small shakes. It brings those rocks to the front. Do it again. Circles. Bring the rocks to the front. Alright, we're going to pick those big rocks out of there. Resettle that, and then we're going to use those small ripples now. And just get rid of the last of that black sand. So you can really see what's going over there. If anything larger, a piece of gold goes over, you're going to see that there. You can really get down to almost nothing.
Yeah,
see, there's some gold there. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, one nice nugget. That's a picker.
Yeah,
that's a picker there, folks. That's probably a fifth of a gram or so. Oh, look. Oh, we got some smaller stuff in there too.
Lots of small stuff, yeah.
Oh, the gold is fine in the Tulameen tally, people. The gold is nice and coarse here. Okay, my least favorite pan of all is this one that Keen's put out. I think that it's just a Chinese model that they've slapped their sticker on for promo, though. I don't think Keen would engineer something like this. It's just too simple. Two little riffles, that's it in the green pan. It's got a Keen sticker. Well, you can't see it anymore, but it says Keen on the bottom, but I think it doesn't have their logo or anything on it.
No.
So it's probably just a Chinese knockoff, but for shits and giggles, let's do a pan here. Now, we know the ground is good, so if I lose any gold, we've had gold in every pan. Better be gold in this one.
Yeah. Well, there should be.
Excuse me, folks. Yeah, you know, and you gotta really get aggressive. You know, get that gold down to the bottom. Big rocks out of here. Get some more water in there and little shakes with these little 10-inch pans. Nothing too aggressive, eh? And let's get rid of those rocks there. got here? There's a little one peeking in over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
There we go. Yeah, this stuff's pretty consistent, man. 1, 2, 3. And there's little tiny colors right there. So yeah, you're getting a lot of flake in this layer. So we're going to definitely be back. We'll probably do that surprise review that I told you about. We'll get to that once we're done the last pan here. But let me just work my way around here. Now, you know what? A lot of people, they like to trash these pans. But to tell you the truth, I like them. I'll explain that later. This is a very complicated pan, probably a little overdone. But I like the idea here. You got small riffles on there. You got your large main riffles for clearing the majority of your material at the front. And then you got this blank spot for dumping everything out and doing your fine back panning and stuff. So it is a well-designed pan, and I like the clean grooves running down each section, as it allows you to pour things out nicely. The pan is not bad. I just think that they look funny and people don't like things that look different.
Yep.
You know, but it just basically works just like an average pan. You know, you still do that. It kind of splashes the water a little bit more when you do the little wing thing that I like to do there. But it's not a bad pan at all. They all hold the gold. It's just, I think it's more the panner. Practice makes perfect. Alright, and then as you get down there to the end, you know, you can start using these smaller riffles here. You turn the pan around. When you get down to less material, you can get rid of those bigger rocks. They'll roll out a little easier, you see? And the smaller stuff sits on top of the riffles. And you can see what's going on those smaller riffles too. Harder to lose the what you're looking for there. Oh, look at that. There's a nice nugget.
Yeah.
But you see that? Look at that nugget just sit there, even though I'm panning away. There's another one showing up there on the bottom. I'm going to actually just keep going here. I'm going to show you. Gold does not move. Hello everyone, it's Dino the Nugget King here again. I told you that we were going to have a surprise review here. I picked up a dream mat from prospectorsdream.com. These have been kind of a lot of talk about these in the last little while. I grabbed the 8-inch model. I also, as last year, demonstrated a Gold Hog mat on a Gold Fox high banker trommel sluice. We're going to get a sluice put together, set this mat up, and in our next educational video, we're going to have a head-to-head Gold Hog against the Dream mat. Here we go. And really interesting riffle system there. Seen a couple videos on it already. Quite impressed with the overburden removal. Think it's got a lot of potential. So tune in on episode 2 of the Nugget King and Maurice educational series. And me, Maurice, and Odin will be here to teach you as much as we can about prospecting out there. You all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to teaching you some more. Nugget King out.